Hi there readers, it's Chris with Deep Dive Books, the show where a librarian talks about books. It's time for another round of dumb book memes, the segment where we make fun of books and the dumb idiots who read them. Okay, first one up. Fangirls in math. Teacher, if Emma had 50 books and gave 25.4 to Timmy, how many books would she have left? Me. First of all, 25.4 books. Did she rip the book? Who would hurt a book? That's disrespectful. And second, why would Emma give away her books? Third, who has 50 books? I have hundreds. Teacher.
Stunned silence.
I'll just file this one under conversations that never happened, but supposing it did happen, the answer is simple. Emma gave away her books because her living space is finite, and she's not a deranged pack rat. I too have hundreds of books, and often it simply feels burdensome. When people say, I have so many books to read, look at my to-be-read pile, and it's like 8 books, I want to say, that's adorable. I have a TBR bookcase. I obviously missed the meeting where TBR was declared a useful and non-idiotic concept. Look, if you're as much of a book lover as you claim to be, then your so-called TBR pile should be virtually infinite. You will never be able to read all the books you want to read, and when you die, it won't matter how many books you've read anyway. If that doesn't fill you with existential dread, then I'm not sure what you're doing here.
Is Orwell's 1984 available in paper format?
Ah yes, 1984, George Orwell's timeless warning about the dangers of consumer electronics? I love how there's apparently a digital section in this bookstore and an apps section. Like, there's an aisle where you can purchase physical copies of Duolingo and Tinder and Spotify.
Relax, buddy. They invented the vacuum cleaner, yet I'm still here.
I guess the implication is that the broom is in denial and can't accept that it's become obsolete, which is giving the book anxiety. But I mean, brooms aren't obsolete. Like, have you never tidied up a room before? Book. Movie. So, the book is an ocean with a tree growing in the middle of it, and the movie is a desert. Again, with a deciduous tree somehow growing in the middle of it. Unpopular opinion, the book is not always better. It's better like 90% of the time. But that's a topic for another video. Come on, live, damn it. My hands say CPR, but the placement of my hands says Heimlich maneuver, and also I'm a book with a face and a mouth, so does that mean I eat food? And if I eat food, do I excrete waste? Someone help me, I'm not supposed to have sentience, and I'm so confused.
If you can figure out the words in a text message, you can figure out the words in Chaucer.
No, wrong. Take a 400 level college course on Chaucer in the original Middle English, and then get back to me on how difficult text messages are to read.
This Nicholas was risen for to pisse, and thochte he wolde amenden al de jappe. He shoulde kisse his heirs, ere that he scape.
Get it? A guy reading Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol on a giant iPad in the middle of the street? Do I really have to spell this out for you? Are you that dense? If you don't get this joke, just stop watching my channel. A blind date? With a book? Yes! Considering the sheer number of books in existence, the odds of you grabbing one at random and actually enjoying it are pretty slim. Plus, this isn't even a library. The sign behind the table is advertising Barnes & Noble membership cards. So not only do you not know what you're getting, you're also paying like 20 bucks for it.
And out his heirs he putteth privily. This Nicholas anon let flay a fart, as great as it had been a thunderdent, that with the stroke he was almost yblent.
I would give anything to meet my future husband in a library rather than a bar. You clearly have not been to a public library before. Megabyte Information Processing Center? Motion to stop calling libraries libraries and instead call them Megabyte Information Processing Centers? Seconded. Motion is carried. Looks like a typical generational clash. We have the little girl festooned with modern technology. She can't make out what that mysterious object is in the old man's lap. The old man says, "It's a book." What is the little girl wearing on her hand anyway? The Infinity Gauntlet? And her headgear reminds me of that voice-activated super soaker that made you shout fire every time you wanted to spray someone.
Fire, fire, fire! Now this is what I call Backtalk Fire!
And he was ready with his iron hot. And Nicholas amidde the earth he smote, afgoeth the skin an hande brede aboute, the hote culture brende so his taute.
I read like the ink from the book is oxygen, and I'm gasping for breath. Let that one sink in. Give me a second. Wow. I never thought about it that way. What most people think the Earth should look like. We'll let this one slide because I'm sure the Mercator projection is probably considered racist or something, but let's see where this goes. What I think it should look like. Half-Blood Camp, Narnia, Middle-earth, Hogwarts, Wonderland. How original. This is merely an iteration of the Literary Worlds signpost that you'll see in the children's section of every library in the Western Hemisphere. That signpost is the Live, Laugh, Love sign of the library world. What? It was a housewarming gift. Give me a break. I have to admit, I don't know what a lot of these places are, or if I've heard of them, I don't really know what they're like. For example, Westeros. My understanding of Game of Thrones is that it's filled with, like, ice zombies, and you have to sit on chairs made of swords, so I don't think I would ever want to go there. Also, Panem? No, hard pass. Need I point out that Hyrule is a video game world, not a book world?
Excuse me, princess.
And who thought it was a good idea to add the island of Sodor to this map? What person over 5 years old actually wishes Thomas the Tank Engine were real? And just what the hell is Living Island? No. And last, only book readers know the struggle of picturing yourself in the main character's place and wishing that you were actually that person facing their problems. I don't think you thought that through. Well, that's it for this round of dumb book memes. If you like this video and want to support the channel, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, use a bookmark and be kind to your books.
This carpenter out of his slumber started, and heard the owen crying water, as he were wood, and thouchte, alas, now comes Noelis flood.